want to kick off today by trying to swim further in the waters of beat and how what note we give the beat changes. Think of you ever seen like a talking stick before?
No?
You ever heard of this idea? Like, okay, Isabel's got the talking stick, so no one else can talk.
You mean like a microphone?
Well, it kind of has that functional purpose, but it's I don't know, it's kind of like a when you're in a group setting and it's a little chaotic, one way you can bring order be like, okay, no one's talking, only Isabel because she has the talking stick. For instance,
Okay.
here's your group. You guys are a little crazy. And we give someone, let's say we give Fred the talking stick. So Fred can talk, 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 and everyone else has to listen. It's basically a classroom management, group management system to signify, hey, he has the stick, he's in charge, he's the man. I think in some ways you can think about what note gets the beat as who has the talking stick. So let's say we've got this kind of note, which is what?
Just a coordinate.
Yep, so we got quarter note man. And we also up here have a little guy. Who's this?
Um, with the hooked stem, or I'm not sure.
He does have a little hook.
I don't. Oh, right. It's like that kind of like one beat. It's like half of an eighth.
It's actually just an eighth note, but when you say half an eighth, it's probably because you usually see it like this, right?
Yeah.
What's funny about this, Isabel, is like this is actually two notes. This is
Mm.
two eighth notes. If I were to, right now they're just holding hands like best buds. If we were to red rover them and break them up, they'd look like this. They'd have a tail.
Okay. All right.
So in eighth notes, one of our other favorite notes is this guy, which is a
Half note,
yep. And then who could forget all this guy?
the whole note.
Yeah. So imagine they're all in a circle having a great time with one another. One of these guys serves as the leaders in our music, and it's usually the quarter note.
Hmm.
Usually he has the beat. So if I give an excerpt of music here that goes something like, and the quarter note equals the beat, let's just click
Hmm.
on, I'll use my metronome here as a steady beat. What's your favorite number?
Actually, it's 111.
Hey, that's really handy because that's a good tempo. So here's our beat. One, 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 one. That beat's not going to change this whole time. Like,
Hmm.
imagine we're not doing any heart transplants here, right? That, the speed of that is not going to change. But when I'm performing this, I'd go ta ta ti 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 two two ready go.
Okay. Okay, so I see. So each. Okay.
Now I want you to chant it just like I did, just to feel it out. Ta ta ti 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 two two.
Ta ta t two.
Very good. And we can come in right here and say, this is how this worked. In line one, this sound fit on one beat, one beat, one beat, one beat. This guy had two beats.
Hmm.
He's kind of big. This guy had how many?
Also two.
Yeah. So that's what it's like for the quarter note to get the beat. Now, in our church music, we typically experience something that goes like this. That's not a good heart. I'm on a heart streak. That's not a good heart. What am I meaning now?
The half note has the beat.
That's right. So if we go back to our happy little circle, ta no longer is holding the beat. It's who?
Two.
Yep. So he gets to talk. He gets to be a leader. Look, my beat didn't change, right? That click, click, that's the same. So now, when I go to perform the same music, my tempo, the speed of the beat stays the same, but the note that I connect with the beat, the note that's holding the beat changes. So now when I perform this, where the half note gets the beat, it sounds like this. Ta ta ti 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 two two. Ta ta ti ti
So
ti ti two two.
the quarter notes speed up by half and the
You got it. So
okay.
now one beat, this fits into one beat.
Uh-huh.
This fits into one beat. And these guys, they used to be two beats, but they are the beat now. So there's one. Ta ta ti 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 two two. And it's like you're like, whoa, this is fast. But my tempo didn't change. The beat's the same. Say that for me. Listen again. Ta ta ti 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 two two.
Ta ta t t t two two.
That's what it sounds like to take the half note as the beat. Now, something we do as an incredible practice strategy is take the eighth note as the beat. Man, I gotta work. Ah, that's better. So now we go to our happy circle over here. Sorry, Ta, you did great, but your time's over. Now we're giving who the beat?
T.
Yep. Good job saying, yeah, just single T. T.
Mhm.
So that means if I were to perform this, tempo didn't change, did it? It's still your favorite number.
Right.
It sounds like this. Ta, ta, ti, 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 two, two.
Right. So then the quarter notes are slowed down by half and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the visual, let's get a golden heart of gold. Took two beats, one beat, one beat, one beat, one beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen to me say that again, and then you'll go. Ta, ta, ti, 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 two, two. Your turn, go.
Ta ta t t t t two two.
Yeah, then you're
Really
like, how
long.
long? Yeah, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Very nice.
Mhm.
Okay. So then our summary here that we have to keep track of is there's instances where typically we assume the quarter note has the beat. Like,
Mhm.
okay, sing this for me, and you'll go ta ta ti ti ta. And if I were to find like, where's your beat? Here's your beat. Felt like you took the quarter note as the beat. That's usually our SOP, our standard operating procedure. But to, try to push you down as a musician for your good. You know how sometimes like you got to fall down and it makes you tough. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to push you over sometimes. But, in love. So I'll say, okay, Isabel, that's great. Let's do something that will burst your brain. Let's take the half note as the beat. And you'd be like, okay, you kind of do like this mental check. Okay, so now it's going to feel like two tas on a beat.
Mhm.
All of these TTs fit on a beat. And now this is just one beat. So all right, shifting gears. That's how I perform that. When we're really struggling busting as musicians, I like to say, hey, let's slow that down. And when we take the eighth note as the beat, it's the best way to slow down and see things very clearly. Because if I go,
Mhm.
1 1 1, that's kind of fast. But if I go ta ta, I have a lot of time to perfectly perform my music. Isn't that mind blowing?